Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed and this is Langrisser Mobile. Alright, so we have the Awakened one, or Awakener. Even at 3 stars, her total power is actually pretty impressive. Anyway, I did get a few shards from doing her Gates of Fate and all that good stuff, so let's go ahead and knock all that out. So she'll be 5 stars at the end of this. You have 2 choices as far as her classes are concerned. You can either go Mage or Demon. Of course, Mage is the preferred one because Holy class exists. But as you can see, increased damage dealt and increased unit range. And then after taking action, you can apply Spellbound to selected enemies. It reduces healing applied and received, both decreased by 30%. So you can apply this to healers to make them weaker at healing. And then when moving further than 2 blocks, each additional block consumes an additional mobility, so it slows down people. Upon death, places a dimensional gate on the current spot, and at the start of the next turn, it summons a doppelganger with reduced stats. And then after 3 turns, the doppelganger will disappear. But if the doppelganger kills an enemy, it recovers all of its HP and awakens again as another awakened. So, yeah, and this is not a self-res, so it can't be disabled by Sword and Light and Shadows 3C or anything like that. It's actually really, really annoying. I've seen plenty of matches where you'll kill her and she'll be like, okay, great, I'll come back next round with all my stuff refreshed, do my 3C to kill something, and then I'm back better than ever. Alright. I believe at 5 stars it goes up to range 2. Yep, so now it's increased your unit range 2, so it's essentially just like Lucretia's without any actual requirements, which is ridiculous. And then just seeing what else is there. Okay. Yeah, nothing else really changes. It just increases damage and eventually increases range. Alright. Now she's about as strong as Out in Kelmo now. That's great. So her spells, she's got Black Hole, she's got Dark Dragon Breath, she does have Thunder Zone of all things. She has access to Teleport. She does have her own sort of Reaper ability. It does 1.6 times damage. And if the target's afflicted by Spellbound, it will increase the damage by 20%. And then she'll also recover based off damage dealt and Teleport. So yeah, she kind of just has everything. Dimensional Shift, it will make it so she can swap positions. Either with an ally, or she can swap positions with a enemy if they're Spellbound. It also gives random buffs to an ally if she targets an ally, or random debuffs if it's targeting an enemy. And then afterwards she can go 2 spaces and act again. So this move is usually used to it's a decent setup move because activating it will make sure that her 3C activates and gets her faction buff up and running. So all sorts of good stuff here. And then she gets some single targets and all that good stuff. Alright, soldier-wise, she kind of got the spread. She's got sorceresses, crystal warlocks, and then some other junk that you probably won't mess with too much. For right now, I did go ahead and go Dropnir for now. I'm not going to go Thorns build. And then we've got Tenuous Headdress, Tenya Robe, and Red Moon. So just going reasonably durable. Casting patterns. One thing I did make a mistake on is I thought it was Staff and Hammer. But for her, it's actually just Staff. Which makes sense because she doesn't have a Holy class. So I actually didn't have enough materials to max her out yet. Also, she's got a bit before she can actually max out her accessories, but that's okay. We got time. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's go Awaken. I will faithfully serve the God of Darkness and ensure that this world reaches its final annihilation. Alright then. So, Ironblood Commander, Gruntshield, and Matthew. So yeah, I can attack from 4 range now, which is great. She can go 1, 2, and that's an extra here. And then 1, 2, 3, and attack there. So yeah, we'll just go here. Alright, and then boop, and boop. Actually, she only moved 2 spaces, so maybe that actually... Usually when you do things like move again, so it usually ignores things like terrain or mobility penalties, but it looks like that still actually worked. It did cycle off the buffs off her a little bit more quickly, as you probably just noticed. Anyway, you have range, don't you? Not really. Good. Well, with this I can try to keep you at bay, or I can just attack you. Let's just attack you. Alright, came just short, but that's fine. Also, I think the cooldown for Spellbound actually gets reduced based off your stars. Alright, and you're dead. Okay, I've awakened all the dark wills and will give eternal silence to these foolish mortals. Alright. On Kalmo as our mage class. She's still going same stuff as me, that's fine. And just see what I can do here. Yeah, we'll stick with this for now. Alright, let's try this. Okay, one down. Don't want to be hit by you. So we'll just kill you. Oh, right, you're going to come back. Well, that's going to be annoying. But if you win the match before she can come back, it ends the battle. That was probably the smoothest Awakened fight I've ever had. Alright, Dimensional Metastrophe. Yeah, quite the animation. Just like with Wedem, it's her own little cutscene. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll drop that for now. After taking action for the first time or after activating this skill, significantly increase the offensive and defensive stats of all Heroes of Time allied units and deal 8% increased damage, increasing by a further 8% when fighting enemies afflicted by Spellbound. Lasts for 4 turns, so this is the faction buff. So the faction buff does provide just a raw 8% damage increase, and an additional 8 if it hit tags anything that she applied her fancy debuff to. When you activate this skill, it's 4 cooldown, 3 range, span 3. Summon 6 spell bombs that attack random enemies within the range. Each spell bomb will deal damage, increasing each enemy's damage taken in turn by 10% when hitting the same enemy consecutively. Spell bombs also apply 2 random debuffs to enemies hit. When only one enemy is hit, this skill's cooldown is reduced by 3 turns, making it 1. If the enemy does not have soldiers, in other words, if it's a fancy boss monster, damage dealt is increased by 300%, and when the skill eliminates an enemy, removes the trigger cooldown for the talent. So essentially allows her to apply Spellbound again. So the key thing to note about the no soldiers thing, it's only enemies that have literally no soldiers. So characters that lost their soldiers through combat or Boro's ability, they do not count. So it's essentially just designed to fight, to be used on bosses or whatever. But yeah, this thing's ridiculous. If you manage to set it up where it only hits one target, it will kill. It will kill. Just period. It just kills everything. Even if you are the clone with reduced stats, this will still probably kill. If it hits a single target. That being said, don't brush it off if you are in a situation where you have to hit 2 or more targets. It still does damage. It still does debuffs. And it can be pretty good for just taking out a unit if they've already been weakened through other AoEs and stuff. So yeah, good stuff there. Alright, so with that, she is up and running, and she's my 5th strongest character now, and she's not even 6 stars yet. As you see, I do have shards saved up, but more than likely I could probably just wait and just get her up to 6 stars just through time. More than likely, this character is just going to get banned over and over again anyway, so it is what it is. That being said, my arena box is going to be looking pretty weird for the upcoming season. As you can see, it's already wacky and different. Who do I want to replace? Who are my placeholders? I honestly don't remember. Yes, it's a 4 tank, 4 healer setup. We'll see how it plays out in the future. For now, we'll do this. Let's see what happens. But I might have been Otto and Kelma that I removed, but I don't remember. Actually, it was Sensei Jessica. That's right. Sensei Jessica was removed. Anyway, until the next Apex match, or next Apex season, that's it for right now. So I'm The Depressed Hero. This was Langrisser Mobile. See you guys next time.